Have you ever had one of those moments when a tiny creature, maybe a bug or an insect, suddenly appears in your space? It might crawl across your desk, fly into your room, or even land right on your arm. At first you might brush it off as a coincidence. Just nature doing what nature does. But what if it's more than that? What if these unexpected visits carry a deeper meaning, a hidden message meant just for you? Sounds strange? Maybe. But stick with me. What you're about to hear might change the way you see the world around you. Let's start with one core idea. Nothing in life is truly random. Everything in existence, from the tiniest grain of sand to the galaxies above, moves in harmony within a grand design. That includes the sudden appearance of an insect in your life. These seemingly minor encounters may actually be part of a much larger communication network. A system designed to guide you, alert you, or even bless you when you least expect it. Before you tune out, consider this. Both modern science and ancient spirituality agree on one essential truth. Everything is energy. Everything. Your body, your thoughts, the air you breathe, even the smallest insect crawling across your kitchen counter. At a molecular level, all matter is just vibrating energy, moving within a vast, invisible field. Some call it the universe. Others call it divine intelligence. Call it whatever resonates with you. And this energy is not passive. It responds to intention, emotion, and attention. When you begin to truly observe the world around you, you can start to hear what life is trying to say. Let's go deeper. In cultures around the world, insects have long been seen as messengers. They're viewed not just as creatures of nature, but as carriers of wisdom and insight. Not because of superstition, but because they often show up precisely when you need a little nudge, a sign, or a wake-up call. Think about it. Why would an insect land on your shoulder, buzz into your quiet room, or hover near you when there's no reason for it? Their message often depends on the type of insect, the setting, and your emotional state at that very moment. Take bees, for example. These buzzing wonders are nature's architects and pollinators. But beyond their physical role, bees carry an energetic message, one of alignment, productivity, and sweet rewards. If a bee visits your space or hovers near you while you're deep in thought, it might be signaling that your hard work, your vision, or your current path is leading somewhere beautiful. Even if the results aren't showing yet, that moment serves as a confirmation that success is blooming just beneath the surface. In ancient times, bees were deeply sacred. In Greek mythology, they were connected to Artemis, the goddess of nature and the moon. Her temples were often served by priestesses called the Melesai, meaning bees believed to channel divine wisdom. There's even a legend of bees guiding a lost traveler safely to Artemis's temple. In these traditions, honey was more than food. It was seen as the nectar of the gods, filled with spiritual blessings. So next time a bee visits, don't swat it away. Pause. Breathe. Offer gratitude, because that tiny visitor might just be the universe saying, you're on the right path. Now let's talk about ants. These tiny powerhouses are often overlooked, yet their presence is rich with symbolism. Ants represent discipline, teamwork, structure, and endurance. And depending on the type of ant, the message can If you spot black ants steadily moving in a line through your home, it could be a subtle affirmation from the universe. You're being seen. Your consistency and quiet dedication are building something that matters. It's a reminder that slow and steady effort does not go unnoticed. But red ants, their appearance might signal something different. A warning. Perhaps you're moving too fast, reacting without thinking, or overlooking hidden tension. Red ants bring a message of caution. They ask you to slow down, reflect, and proceed with greater awareness. Sometimes the most powerful move you can make is to pause and listen before acting. Now on to ladybugs. Loved by children and adults alike, ladybugs with their red shells and black spots are often seen as symbols of good luck. But their magic goes deeper than their charming appearance. They resemble tiny suns radiating warmth, joy, and light. And when one lands on you, it's more than a coincidence. Spiritually, ladybugs are symbols of protection and divine timing. Their presence can mean that something wonderful is on its way. Love, peace, healing, or a long-awaited breakthrough. They carry a sacred energy that reminds us life still holds beautiful surprises. In cultures across the globe, ladybugs are seen as harbingers of fortune. In some traditions, if one lands on you and flies away, it's believed to carry your wish to the heavens. Whether or not you believe that literally the emotional shift it brings is real, it's a reminder that hope is alive. Ladybugs have always held a special place in our hearts, and in the spiritual world, their message is one of reassurance. If one crosses your path, it might mean unseen forces are working in your favor. There is protection around you, support you didn't even know was there. And if you happen to see two ladybugs at once, tradition says that's a sign of double blessings. Think of it as the universe amplifying its support for you. So whether it's a single ladybug on your window or a pair dancing in the garden, the message remains: trust the timing of your life. Your spiritual guides, whether you see them as angels, ancestors, or energy, are walking with you. Let's not forget the humble cricket. You've likely heard their chirping on quiet nights, that rhythmic sound blending with stillness. But what if that song isn't just background noise? What if it's a form of communication? In many traditions, crickets are seen as messengers between the spiritual and physical realms. Their chirping, especially during quiet or emotionally charged moments, is like a gentle whisper from loved ones who have passed, letting you know they're close, listening, and sending their love. If a cricket enters your home, it's considered a strong sign that you're not alone. It may be the spirit of someone you love, reminding you of their presence and protection. Their song can ground you, calm your mind, and soothe your heart like a lullaby from the earth itself. Across cultures, crickets are symbols of good luck, peace, and intuitive clarity. Their presence is said to enhance your inner wisdom, especially during confusing or heavy times. If life feels overwhelming and you hear a cricket song, take it as a prompt. Slow down, breathe, and listen within. You may receive more clarity than you expect. Now, what about visitors we often find irritating, like flies? They buzz around us uninvited and unwelcomed. But even flies can carry messages when they show up without explanation. Often a fly's presence signals internal imbalance. Maybe you've been pushing yourself too hard, ignoring your emotional health, or storing up stress. When a fly appears, especially in an otherwise clean space, it's worth asking, what have I been neglecting within myself? Their appearance isn't to irritate you, it's to alert you. Flies can be urgent messengers, reminding you to pause, recharge, and restore your energy. They're not just pests, they're a wake-up call. And sometimes the most persistent messengers are the ones we least expect. And now the dragonfly, one of the most spiritually rich insects. Light, graceful, and almost otherworldly, dragonflies glide through the air with a beauty that defies logic. But they represent far more than elegance. Across cultures, dragonflies symbolize transformation, clarity, and deep insight. Their name, rooted in Latin, ties back to balance. And that's exactly what they represent: emotional and mental equilibrium. There's an ancient Japanese tale about Emperor Yuryaku. He was bitten by a large insect while walking outdoors. Before he could react, a dragonfly swooped in and chased the pest away. In gratitude, he named the country Akitsu Shima, which means island of the dragonflies. When a dragonfly appears in your life, especially indoors, it's a sign of transformation and spiritual evolution. Feng Shui experts even suggest placing dragonfly symbols in your space to attract uplifting energy. Dragonflies have two distinct life stages, beginning underwater, hidden from view, before transforming into creatures of the sky. Their journey mirrors our own emotional and spiritual growth, from hidden struggle to visible strength, from darkness to light. So if a dragonfly visits you during a time of change, see it as a message: you're growing, you're evolving. And even if the process feels uncomfortable now, it's leading you somewhere brighter. As we wrap up this journey through the hidden messages of insects, take a moment to notice the world around you. Not just the loud signs, but the quiet ones. The flutter of wings, the soft hum in the silence, even the occasional nuisance buzzing in your ear. Each insect carries a message, a reminder, a blessing. Whether it's the joyful dance of a ladybug, the soothing chirp of a cricket, or the graceful flight of a dragonfly, their presence can guide us, comfort us, and awaken us to something greater. They remind us that we are never alone, that even in life's smallest moments, the universe is speaking. So next time an insect catches your attention, don't brush it away. Lean in, listen. A message may be waiting just for you.